Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing because Martell Holt just walked into history again this time. He didn't whisper, he roared. Can you even imagine the chaos when a man who has made careers out of drama, mystery, and oops, did I do that? Moments finally lets the world peek behind the curtain. Who is she? How long has this been going on? And more importantly, why did he wait until now to reveal her? The internet is on fire, and honestly, we don't blame them. Clips are blowing up everywhere. Theories are spiraling out of control. Fans are losing their minds over a single glance, a smirk, a nod. Some say it's love, some say it's strategy, and some, let's be realer, just here for the chaos. But one thing is undeniable. Martell Holt doesn't just make headlines, he is the headline. So buckle up, because we're diving deep, uncovering secrets, reading between every dramatic pause, and breaking down the mystery woman who's officially shaking up Martell's world and sending fans into full-blown hysteria. Are you ready for this? Because things are about to get messy, scandalous, and absolutely unforgettable. Martell Holt. Just saying the name makes people stop scrolling, lean closer to their screens, and hold their breath because something is always about to happen when he enters a room. But this time, the stakes feel higher, the tension thicker, and the drama unmistakably personal. Fans across social media are losing their minds. Theories are running wild. And every clip from the event is being replayed, slowed down, and analyzed frame by frame like some sort of forensic investigation. This is Martell Holt, like you've never seen him before. And the mystery woman at his side has turned a simple appearance into a viral spectacle that no one can ignore. He has always had a knack for making entrances that dominate the room. But this moment feels calculated in a way that even his most loyal followers can't fully explain. She wasn't just anyone standing next to him. There was a presence, a quiet authority that seemed to complement his own. And together they created a magnetic tension that no camera lens could resist. If you think about his past relationships, the chaos with Melody and the messy public fallout with Arian Curry come to mind immediately. And for years, the drama surrounding Martell has been like a roller coaster, thrilling to watch but impossible to fully predict. Yet in this moment, the energy feels different. There is no yelling, no social media storm before it happens, just a calm, deliberate intensity that makes people lean in closer to see what is real and what is just smoke and mirrors. It is exactly this subtlety that has sparked such widespread speculation because Martell Holt does not do anything without reason. His career, his relationships, his public persona, they have all been built on moments of dramatic tension, strategic appearances, and calculated silences that fuel conversation without him saying a single word. And the timing of this appearance only adds to the intrigue because Martell has never been a man to rush into anything. And yet here he is at the center of attention, with all eyes on him, forcing people to ask themselves what they are actually witnessing. Fans are dissecting every gesture, every smile, every glance between him and the woman, searching for hidden meanings. And every new post or clip shared online ignites another wave of discussion. The way he carried himself was a study in quiet confidence. Not arrogance, not loud bravado, but the kind of power that comes from knowing exactly who you are and what you control. And people noticed. Everyone noticed. From the moment he walked in, conversations stopped, cameras were raised, and whispers spread across the crowd. He is a man who understands that visibility is power, and that silence is sometimes louder than words. And in this case, the silence spoke volumes. Old fans began revisiting his history, tracing back every relationship, every public interaction, trying to find a pattern, trying to predict what comes next. While new followers simply watched in awe at how someone can command such attention without even trying. There is also something undeniably thrilling about the mystery itself. Her identity has been the subject of endless speculation, and every theory seems crazier than the last. Some say she is someone from the industry with influence and connections that could shift dynamics behind the scenes. Others insist she has been in his orbit for years, quietly shaping moments that have now exploded into the public eye. Whether rumor or truth, The very idea that Martell Holt, a man known for strategic moves and controlled chaos, would finally step into something so private and show it to the world has people glued to screens, refreshing feeds and debating every detail. It is this combination of suspense, mystery, and careful orchestration that has transformed a single appearance into a phenomenon. Clips are slowed down, angles are analyzed, and fans try to decode the meaning behind every subtle interaction. And the collective obsession has created a digital frenzy unlike anything seen before. Martell Holt has always thrived in speculation, turning curiosity into currency. And with this appearance, he has reminded everyone exactly why he remains relevant, influential, and endlessly fascinating. The calculated nature of his silence, the precision of his gestures, and the mystery woman at his side have created a perfect storm of intrigue, feeding the endless cycle of discussion, debate, and obsession that defines modern celebrity culture. As people try to piece together who she is, why now, and what it means for Martell. One thing is clear: this moment is not random, it is not accidental, and it is not something that will fade quietly. The impact of this appearance is already rippling through social media, news outlets, and fan communities, sparking conversations that show no sign of slowing down. Martell Holt has mastered the art of public attention, and this latest move is proof that he understands timing, perception, and the power of mystery better than anyone else. And as the world watches, the questions keep multiplying. Is this a genuine new chapter for him? A quiet redemption arc? Or simply another masterful maneuver in a career built on spectacle? Every frame, every glance, and every whisper online is part of a puzzle that fans are desperate to solve. And in the middle of all the chaos, Martell remains calm, controlled, and untouchable, letting the storm of speculation rage around him while he sits at the center of attention, fully aware that every eye is on him and every wordless gesture is making headlines. The moment Martell Holt stepped into the room with the mystery woman, the ripple effects were instantaneous and impossible to ignore. Cameras flashed, whispers spread, and fans immediately began piecing together every possible connection, theorizing about who she could be and what her presence meant for Martell's carefully curated image. People who had been critical of him in the past suddenly found themselves reassessing everything, trying to figure out if this was a strategic play or the beginning of something genuinely new. Social media exploded with speculation, every angle scrutinized, every smile or glance dissected frame by frame. Anonymous sources who claimed to have been close to the scene shared insider details that painted a picture of a man who had clearly thought this through. Someone who understood that mystery is the most effective tool for controlling a narrative. Some of these sources hinted at lavish outings prior to the event, dinners at exclusive spots, and private moments that were meant to build anticipation, all meticulously timed to ensure maximum attention. The sheer extravagance of it all, whether real or imagined, only fueled the public's fascination. There were reports circulating about secret vacations, high-end gifts exchanged in private, and even social circles being subtly influenced to make this reveal feel both natural and dramatic at the same time. Every detail, whether fact or rumor, is analyzed by fans like a detective examining evidence, turning Martell and his companion into the center of a digital manhunt that had no end in sight. People started comparing old interviews, public appearances, and social media posts, trying to connect dots that may not even exist. But in Martell's world, perception is everything. And if the story feels true, it spreads like wildfire. Even minor gestures became monumental. The way he leaned in during a conversation, the timing of his laughter, or the subtle way the mystery woman adjusted her outfit while talking to him were all dissected and speculated upon endlessly. Public reactions varied widely, with some praising him for stepping out of his usual patterns and showing a quieter, more calculated side, while others accused him of manipulation, suggesting that the entire moment was orchestrated purely to dominate headlines and fuel online debates. Comment sections became battlegrounds where theories collided. some claiming that this was Martell finally embracing stability and growth. Others insisting it was yet another chapter in a career-long strategy to keep himself relevant and trending. Blogs and fan pages exploded with new posts every hour, offering side-by-side comparisons of old photos, cross-referencing statements, and constructing elaborate timelines that supposedly mapped out the evolution of this secret relationship. It was a frenzy that combined obsession, admiration, and skepticism all at once, highlighting the magnetic pull Martell has on public attention. Even casual observers, people who had never followed his past controversies, found themselves pulled into the narrative, curious to understand what made this particular appearance so special. Meanwhile, the mystery woman remained almost entirely enigmatic, appearing confident and poised, never giving away more than a hint of her connection to Martell, which only heightened the sense of suspense. Every interaction between them was magnified, every fleeting moment interpreted as a clue. And the combination of their presence created a perfect storm of speculation and fascination. Celebrities and influencers began weighing in, sharing their own takes, and sometimes even inadvertently fueling the frenzy by posting cryptic comments that fans immediately connected to the event. The resulting chaos created a cultural phenomenon, one in which a single entrance by Martell Holt and the carefully managed presence of one woman had dominated conversations across platforms, from YouTube comment sections to TikTok threads and Instagram reels. Industry insiders claimed that this was unlike anything seen before in his career, describing it as a masterclass in controlling attention, influence, and public perception. Every rumor about previous relationships was revived, every past controversy reevaluated in light of this new dynamic. And suddenly Martell was not only trending for his current actions, but also for the decades-long narrative of his public life. In a world where celebrities often struggle to maintain relevance, he had accomplished what few could, creating an event that felt both personal and monumental, while leaving himself entirely in control of the story. Fans debated endlessly whether this moment marked genuine personal growth or simply a brilliantly executed manipulation of the spotlight. Discussions ranged from financial implications, lavish lifestyle speculation, and secret trips to possible future collaborations and public appearances, all linked to this one appearance. The way Martell balanced charisma, restraint, and subtlety made even longtime critics pause, realizing that this was a man who understood the currency of attention better than anyone. Every conversation sparked by this event reinforced his dominance over public perception, transforming what could have been a simple appearance into a phenomenon that set the internet ablaze. His silence, the deliberate control of what was seen and what was left unseen, turned the mystery woman into an almost mythical figure, fueling weeks of speculation and creating a narrative that everyone wanted to be part of, whether they liked him or not. It was more than a reveal. It was a masterful orchestration of curiosity, desire, and obsession, and through it all, Martell Holt remained untouchable, sitting at the center of attention, letting the chaos swirl around him while he controlled the pace and narrative of the story entirely. By the time the night ended, Martell Holt had done more than just make an entrance. He had rewritten the rules of the game entirely. The mystery woman had captivated audiences, leaving social media users scrambling to uncover every detail, every whisper, and every subtle hint that might reveal her identity. People began to speculate not just about who she was, but about what this meant for Martell's future, both personally and publicly. Some claimed that this was a turning point, a rare glimpse at a side of Martell that was quieter, more intentional, and perhaps even sincere. A man stepping into a chapter of life that required patience, discretion, and restraint. Others remained skeptical, insisting that every gesture was calculated, that the appearance itself was a masterful manipulation designed to dominate headlines, to ensure that he stayed relevant without ever saying a word. Online forums were flooded with debates, theories, and analyses as fans pieced together old interviews, Social media posts and event footage, trying to build a timeline of events that might explain what they had just witnessed. Sources who claimed insider knowledge continued to leak exaggerated accounts, describing secret dinners, private gatherings, and whispered conversations that made the public feel like they were getting access to something forbidden, something only a select few were meant to see. In the midst of all this chaos, Martell's reputation as a man who controls perception was reinforced, and the storm of speculation worked exactly in his favor, drawing more attention to every subtle detail, every small interaction between him and the woman. Even critics who had long dismissed him as a man of theatrics and drama found themselves unable to ignore the precision with which he managed attention. The way he allowed curiosity to build and conversations to multiply without ever speaking a definitive word. It was a display of influence, patience, and understanding of human psychology. Leveraging silence to create the maximum amount of speculation and transforming a single moment into a cultural event. Fans dissected video clips endlessly, analyzing every tilt of the head, every flicker of emotion, every glance exchanged. While conspiracy theories began to emerge, some absurd, some plausible, and some utterly dramatic, all feeding into the larger narrative of Martell Holt as a man who thrives on intrigue. Even those who were previously disengaged from his story felt compelled to follow along, drawn in by the combination of mystery, charisma, and social media frenzy. The public response was intense, with celebrities, commentators, and influencers adding fuel to the fire with cryptic posts, reactions, and commentary, creating a layered web of attention that spread across platforms. Every media outlet seized the opportunity to weigh in, reporting, analyzing, and dramatizing the event, while fans continued to debate, dissect, and speculate about the possible implications. There were claims of secret meetings, lavish trips, and private celebrations. And although some of it was undoubtedly rumor, the mere presence of these stories heightened the sense of anticipation and obsession surrounding the narrative. Martell's calculated choice to reveal only enough to intrigue without confirming anything amplified the chaos, allowing speculation to become a spectacle, and reinforcing his role as the master of controlling attention. The mystery woman herself became an icon of intrigue, with every appearance, every outfit, every gesture scrutinized and celebrated. While people theorized about her influence on Martell and what this partnership might mean for the future, analysts, bloggers, and fans alike began creating detailed breakdowns of body language, subtle interactions, and potential scenarios, all feeding the narrative machine that Martell had so expertly set into motion. Some suggested that this could be a turning point, a deliberate step toward personal growth or a shift in how Martell engages with the public and the media. Others maintained that it was purely a strategic maneuver, another brilliant example of his ability to dominate conversations, control perception, and maintain relevance in a world obsessed with celebrity drama. Whatever the truth may be, the effect was undeniable. Attention was captured, debates raged, and speculation ran wild. Every rumor, every theory, every social media post reinforced the power of the moment, magnifying the impact of what could have been a simple appearance into a multi-layered cultural phenomenon. As the hours turned into days, clips and posts continued to circulate, sustaining the frenzy and ensuring that Martell Holt remained at the center of conversation, untouchable, enigmatic, and fully aware of the power he wielded simply by being seen, by allowing curiosity to dominate over clarity. In the end, it became clear that this event was not just about a man and a woman walking into a room. It was about mastery of perception, control of narrative, and understanding how to make a single moment resonate far beyond its immediate context. Martell had once again reminded everyone that he does not merely survive in the spotlight, he shapes it, bending attention, speculation, and conversation to his will. He allowed the world to chase answers, to debate endlessly, to analyze obsessively, and in doing so, solidified his presence as an unstoppable force in the culture of celebrity fascination, leaving everyone wondering not just who the mystery woman was, But what Martell Holt would do next and how he would continue to command the spotlight without ever uttering a word. Can you believe what we just witnessed? Martell Holt has once again proven that he doesn't just make headlines, he is the headline. And this time, the mystery woman has taken the internet by storm. But here's the question. Is this a genuine new chapter in his life? Or another masterful move in a career built on speculation, drama, and control? Only time will tell, and that's exactly why you need to stay tuned. We want to hear from you. What do you think is really happening behind the scenes? Is this a love story finally going public? Or is Martell playing his usual game of intrigue and attention mastery? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us know every theory, every suspicion, and every wild guess you have. Because no detail is too small when it comes to Martell Holt. Make sure you hit that like button if you've been following the chaos from the start. And subscribe so you never miss another explosive moment. Turn on notifications because trust me, when Martell moves, the story evolves in real time. And you will want to be the first to know. Share this with your friends and spark the conversation because this is one mystery everyone is trying to solve. And together, we're witnessing history in the making.